Okay, well, I'm Rayshard Brooks, 27 years of age, have three kids. I'm happily married. Like I said, I have a job. Absolutely, I'm a full-time carpenter.
I feel good about myself, but as I said, we're here and these things need to be addressed properly. If you do some things that's wrong, you pay your debts to society, and that's the bottom line. And I just feel like some of the system could, look at us as individuals. We do have lives, it's just a mistake we made, and not just do us as if we are animals. And that's a hard feeling to stomach, with you going out and you're trying, and by you having this so-called record, it's hindering us from going out in public to, try and provide for ourselves as far as getting a job and getting ourselves back on track. Taking you away from the family. You have to try and go out, make means, you know, and yet my kids, I want to spend some time with my kids, but I really don't have the time. You know, I have to try and go out, make money for this, make money for bills, or try and get myself back on track, and I feel like it should be a way for you to have some kind of person like a mentor assigned to you to, keep your track, keep you in the direction you need to be going, or, certain things, that you just can't do. I feel like, y'all took the time to lock me up and didn't care. I was sitting in there, but here yet I'm out now, and I have to try to fend for myself when I've been taken away from, society. And, now I have to go out here, clueless of everything that's been going on. I don't know. I'm trying to adapt back to society, and I have to go clueless of things, trying to figure out, hey, which way do I go? Every day that you've sat in jail is money that they made. So they making money every day you sit in there. They're claiming they're making money off of you, and it's once you get in there, you're just in debt. Just in debt. You owe. For one individual to try to deal with all of these things at one point in time is just impossible. They're not funding us. They're not saying, hey, let's give them a check for da da da, and that may be some type of help towards him getting himself back together. You know, and like I said, it's just a lot of pressure. With just having all of that on your shoulder and on your back. It's just a lot of pressure, and some people they just can't deal with it. It's causing us to fall behind on jobs. Our current job, whatever the case may be, where we're going out to provide for our families, and it's making us fall behind. Sometimes we lose jobs, a lot of things that we lose, by being incarcerated, and it some individuals, they're getting out trying to get their life back on track, but here I am on a ankle monitor. So we have to go back and try to fix things with our kids and, try and gain that trust back, with being away. You know, uh, my oldest daughter, Dad, she's, hey, I love you so much, but where have you been? And I have to, feather up the energy to let her know everything that has went on within me and the situation that I have been through. I want to piggyback on, us being, taken away from our family. It's hurting us, but it's hurting our family the most. You know, so as we go through these trials and tribulations, it's hurting our kids, and it's taking away from our families. You know, the sole provider, the male figure or the female figure. You know, I'm speaking for both. And it's taking away from us. You know, I feel we can't get the time back, what we can make up for it. This is a mental thing, you know, it's also messing with our mental state. And, you know, by us being incarcerated, not being able to see, you know, just the outside, not being able to go, being woke up and being told what to do, when and how. You know, some people, you know, they're considering suicide and, you know, a lot of things that they don't know. You know, just a lot of pressure for oneself to be able to feather up the energy to deal with. You know, and it's just a lot. It's just a lot, you know, and some people, they're just not able. It's caused a effect on our mental state, you know, of just being, you know, locked in a room for 23 hours a day, or, you know, and it just hinders us in a lot of ways. State and county is totally different. You know, so me going through that process, it hardened me at a point, you know, to like, hey, you know, I have to have my guard up because the world is cruel. You know, it took me through seeing different things and, you know, in the system, you know, it just makes you hardened to a point, you know. And, you know, sometimes people ask me, hey, man, you know, why are you so, you know what I'm saying? It just has caused me to be that way. You might go and your hopes are up, but, you know, you want to let the employer know. You go to filling out your application and you get to this question, have you ever been convicted of a crime, or have you ever been arrested? And, you know, you're sitting there like, oh my God, you know, I hope this doesn't, you know, hinder me from getting this job, you know. And then you finish up the application and you have some employers that come back to you, well, Mr. Brooks, unfortunately, we can't hire you due to the fact that you've been incarcerated, or you've been, you know, arrested for this and that. You know, and that just, you know, your heart, it just breaks your heart. You know, it's hindering us in ways as if we're going out and getting jobs, and people are looking as if we don't want them in this source of business and in our business because it's going to run the business away. You know, a lot of things, it just has caused me to be behind, but here yet, I'm trying. You know, I'm not the type of person to give up, you know, and I'm going to keep going until I make it to where I want to be.